Welcome back to the F123 My Team Save. We are US bound. In fact, we're not even US bound. We are in the United States. We're at the race weekend. Fully dry other than thunderstorms in the sprint race, which is going to be wet. Very, very interesting indeed. We will set up for the dry and just whack some extra front wing in for that sprint race and hope to survive. We're actually second worst on paper, but we're also just as good as Alfa Romeo, Williams, McLaren, and basically Haas as well. So the midfield probably couldn't be that close ever again, I don't think, really. We're almost all exactly at the same spot, which is remarkable. But currently, Alpine have gone up a little bit more, which is annoying. And Aston Martin are the fastest car. Could we see a Fernando Alonso race victory this weekend? Maybe so. We might even actually end up having to take a new ICE this weekend. Maybe so. We'll try our best. In fact, I think I am going to end up having to take a new ICE for the Grand Prix, which is not ideal, but certainly it is a circuit where we know we can overtake, so we're not worried that much. We'll try and ensure that parts don't run too badly, and hopefully we'll be able to get a decent result here. Obviously, we had a fantastic time in Qatar. Loved racing that track. Only able to get a P9 though, with a fastest lap, but only able to get a P9. Hopefully we can go a bit better in America, but again, according to the performance index, we really shouldn't be. But I'm not accepting anything less than points in any of the remaining races this season, starting with COTA. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to not let you down. Happy enough with everything in practice though, but we are going to have to take a penalty for the actual full Grand Prix. We're going to be able to use that slightly worn engine for quali and for the sprint. But for the actual race, I'm going to have to put a new ICE in, unfortunately. It's just the nature of it. We don't have the durability yet in Season 1, but I'm sure sooner rather than later we will do. But for now, we actually have to head straight now to qualifying before we have the chance to even earn any more resource points. Oh god, that was awful. Massive kick of oversteer on the way out there. That might put us under a little bit of risk. We were half a second up on Tsunoda through the first two sectors, but I definitely lost a couple of tenths there at least. 34.9 is what Yuki did. We will do a 34.2, which is good enough for P10. Okay. And we know we've got a couple of tenths still left in there, so we might be able to get into the 33s in Q2 or Q3. Hopefully we get through to Q3. But good enough performance in Q1, saving some tyres as well. You love to see it. How did Jamie do? Jamie, P20. Come on, Jamie, you're better than that. We know you're better than that. Oscar Piastri out in Q1, though. And both Williams out as well, despite having a relatively decent race car. That is a shock. Significantly up on our first run. We're going to do a 33.9. Just into the 33s, which is good for P7. Very, very close to putting in a 34. I know that George did a 33.1, so we are significantly away from the front of the grid, that is for sure. Oh, it was Lewis actually who put the 33.1 in, but pleased with the 33.9. Big shock in that Charles Leclerc is out in Q2. The Ferrari P13. Lance Stroll P15 in the fastest car on the grid. Yeah. But we are ahead of Gasly, and Ocon is also out, although frustratingly having to take an ICE grid penalty between quali and sprint is going to mean that we start further back. It's going to mean it's going to be more difficult to catch Alpine. Oh, it's just annoying, but it is what it is. Such is the nature of Season 1. You just don't have the durability. And frustratingly, I put in the wrong energy source, so I'm going to have to take a penalty for that as well from part firme conditions for just changing that. Even though it's a like-for-like part, we're in part firme, so I'm not supposed to be able to change it, but I am going to put a new ICE in for the sprint race. do it between the sprint, between quali and the sprint rather than between the sprint and the full race. Just annoying. It is what it is. Let's go and try and put ourselves as high as we can for the sprint race. 34 flat. 34 flat. Not sure where that's going to put me, but it's not going to be great. I'm P5 at the minute, but everyone else is currently out on their laps. So we'll wait and see how everyone does on their flying laps, and then we'll find out by the end of this lap where exactly we're going to end Q3. They're all far enough apart that they can set a respective lap time. Alonso goes pole. Alonso goes fastest. Wow. Bottas just pips me. We're down to 7th. Carlos Sainz goes P1. Here comes Pierre Gasly. Gasly goes faster than me, so I'm down to P8. And Lewis Hamilton. George Russell goes fastest. George Russell currently on pole. Now both Red Bulls, Verstappen and Sergio Perez, both faster than me. So it will be a P10 start for us in the sprint race. Positive that we can get past Bottas though. We'll wait and see if we can do anything about Gasly and Norris. But good enough. P10 is good enough considering we're second bottom of the performance index, albeit probably rather than being second bottom, it's probably better to phrase it that we're kind of joint 7th rather than 10th. We're like joint 7th. But still, P10 will do. P10 will do. There you go. We are good. Okay, so everything done practice program wise. We have put a fresh energy store in, or a newer energy store, so we will get maximum battery. But I have taken an ICE penalty. That won't be in effect until the full race, as opposed to the sprint race. But we are taking a good penalty for the full Grand Prix. We're very close to level 15 and a new sponsor on the car. We should be able to do that by the end of this race weekend, which is fantastic. That will help fund the team even more. We've got 10 million in the bank, but we're going to need a lot more than that if we're to make significant progress in the off-season. Thunderstorms in the sprint. Thunderstorms in the sprint. Right, we've got enough resource points now to, I think, be able to update everything that's left on the car that needs doing and redo the front wing upgrade that failed. So we're in a good position now, and I might be able to actually do something else here. Engine power 450, oh, 456. I haven't got enough. Oh, hello, 87% discount. We'll take that all day long. Thank you very much. That's a 43% discount. We might be able to do that at some point soon as well. All right, I'm happy enough with where the car is at the minute. And with the money we've got banked, fingers crossed we'll be all right longer term. We might be a little bit less competitive at the end of the season, but beginning of next season, we should be pretty good. Right, now for a swim in the sprint race for 19 laps. Full wet tyres, I imagine. 0.2 will do. Okay, 0.2 is decent. There.
Nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
It probably couldn't be wetter,
so that's the rest
to
of
be
the
honest.
Forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
If we had red flags turned on and they weren't still bugged, then I'd probably go as far as to say I think this would probably get red flags for weather conditions. Lots of wheel spin off the start. Still loads of wheel spin, even into third wheel spin. Oh, visibility is at a premium. There is not much visibility here at all, nor do I really have the ability to brake there. Definitely caused George some damage, says Lewis. I apologise, Lewis. Please take the position, pal. I didn't mean you as well, Valtteri. I was just being nice to Lewis because I hit him. Oh god, now I'm all out of sync for this section. It's fine. Well, we've gone from 10th to 8th, but not necessarily with any real grace. I am probably just going to fall backwards here with conditions as they are. I am not good in the wet at all, as you guys very well know. And, well, it doesn't come much wetter, actually. Oh, God, the car doesn't stop at all in these conditions either. This is going to be frustrating and difficult. But I'll try. All I can do is try. Hi, Valtteri. Trying to send Valtteri deep. That didn't actually work that well. Can I dive up these? No, I don't trust myself. I'm not really going to make any sort of lunging overtake attempts in these conditions. It's just a bad idea, isn't it? I tried it at turn 1. It definitely didn't work. So let's not do it again. It does appear that Valtteri is quite simply just slow. So I'll try and take him. Get right on the throttle, but he moved to the left to take the racing line, which offers me the opportunity to dip underneath him. Still there, and I'm going to back out of it. I don't trust myself there.
Okay, information on Bottas.
Oh.
They've got an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Well, that is perfectly timed with just a few laps left. Please, Valtteri. I've been waiting for some good news. Otherwise, this would end up being the sort of sprint race where you see the highlight where I start and the highlight where I finish, and not much else happens in between. Hopefully that means Valtteri is going to be vulnerable. Unfortunately, it does mean that Ocon might follow me through into the points for this sprint race in the top 8, but it means that Valtteri is going to be vulnerable down the straight. Then I am absolutely willing to take advantage of that. And fingers crossed that is the case. He does seem slow in a straight line. His top end is definitely not where it was. Oh my god. It's so defensive there. Can we duck underneath him? We're both struggling for grip. I'm going to go around the outside here. Oh my lord, we made an overtake. Can you believe it? I thought I'd have been better off in Guenther'S ship. To be fair, I probably would have been better off in Guenther'S ship. But we're up to P7. Because every position is golden at the minute. A, because it's more points, and B, because we're taking a grid penalty, aren't we? Oh my, I've got an ERS problem. My ERS is stuck on. I can't turn it off. That's good. It's just what I need in the wet is loads of excess power going to the rear tyres that I don't need. Oh god. Fucking ERS. Bottas is holding up Alonso now, who's passed Ocon. I still can't turn the bastard thing off. Ah! I pressed the button 50 fucking times, it doesn't work. Turn into Max Verstappen here. It's not going to help tyre temps. There we go, it's off. Thank the Lord for that. 7 laps to go. And, well, having gone from P10 to P7, I'm less inclined to think that this is 40 minutes of my life I'll never get back. But it does feel a little bit like that, to be honest. This has been the grindiest race, or part of a race, that we've had all season. This has been the least fun I've had. Apart from retiring 4 laps from the end in bloody Japan. That was annoying. I can't get the car to start! Max Verstappen wins the sprint. This has been just horrible, actually. But we're going to get 2 points out of it. And I wouldn't have finished any higher up in any sort of other conditions. So this is genuinely the maximum we could have achieved in this sprint race. It's just been a bit of a pain in the arse to get here. But in Guenther'S boat, we will finish P7 in the sprint. And we will go again for another 50-something laps. 57 laps, I think it is, in the full Grand Prix. But thank the Lord, that's fully dry. Although we are taking a grid penalty. I think 10 places for a new ICE. I get driver of the day, I'll take that. I think 10 places for a new ICE, so we'll probably start 17th. Right, so the starting grid, forgive the AC unit, it is warm in here. Calling it down before the full Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz starting P2 behind Max Verstappen, who won the sprint. I'm intrigued to see if anyone else took any more penalties, because we are at that stage of the season. I'm expecting to start P17, Perez 3, Norris 4, Russell 5, Hamilton 6. Yeah, I would have been 7th. Which is now annoyingly where Esteban Ocon starts. Bottas held on for a P11 in the... Oh, start P12. It's only a 5-place grid penalty. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh, I'm happy with that. I was expecting to start P17 with a 10-place grid penalty, so I absolutely take that. And Alonso takes a penalty for whatever it was that broke on his car that meant that he had to retire from the sprint. We've decided on a strategy. Soft, hard, medium, although I'm probably going to stop early on that first set of softs, then run the hards a little bit longer, or maybe the mediums a little bit longer. I'm not entirely too sure. We're probably going to stop 10, then 24, and then either hards for 18 or mediums for 18. We'll play it by ear. Does reckon that a soft, hard, medium is faster, but with my tyre wear and more likely mistakes with more worn tyres, I think the 3 stops probably the way forward, to be honest. So we shall start on the softs with a lap and a half's worth of extra fuel and pray that we survive. 56 laps coming your way next. Here we go then.
No rain expected. No rain.
Oh god, a raid. Ah! 0.4 metres, that'll do. Bads, thank you very much for the Raider 21. You join us perfectly at the end of the formation lap for the United States Grand Prix. We finished the sprint in P7, but with a new ICE, we find ourselves, oh god, behind a very slow-moving Valtteri Bottas who's on mediums and has just gone backwards. I can't go too much more right because there's not much room there because of the Aston Martin, and I'm try not to get squeezed here. It's not a bad start at all. P10, use a bit of battery maybe, hold the position against K-Mag. We've done that nicely. That is a good start. Now we are planning on undercutting with our first stint and taking this set of Gasly's. They're both well out of sync. It's normally me doing that. These tyres are set to go 14 laps. We will probably take them 10 and then look to undercut quite dramatically if we can on a set of soft tyres. We're going to 3-stop this Grand Prix as it stands. That may change with safety cars, etc. But in a minute, that's a positive... What? Was a positive start. Was a positive start till I did that. We're soft, hard, mediuming. We only have one set of mediums, which is weird. We should have 2 sets of mediums because it was a fully wet sprint, but for whatever reason, it's not giving me 2 sets of mediums, so it is what it is. My tyre wear is so high here that I'm going to have to run a 3-stop strategy, I think. Do I? Do I? Okay. Hi, Pierre. Bye, Pierre. Okay, P9. Good. Good move, that. Let's manage the throttle around here to try and not burn out those rear tyres too soon. We'll take that. Let's try and keep with those in front. Norris also on mediums is going to be slightly slower in these early stages.
Use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car.
They're going for it. Charles Leclerc going for move on Lando Norris. And getting it done as well. GG's. And we are within a second of Lando for DRS as well. And out of a second of Pierre Gasly. You love to see it. Lando drops out of DRS range of Charles Leclerc. He might be vulnerable too. I'm not sure what Ocon's running, tyre compound-wise. If you could take Esteban Ocon out of the race, Charles, that would be fantastic, mate. I'd appreciate that very much indeed. Both my own driver standings and the constructors too. We'd love you forever for that, Charles, please. Polite request. The gap to Gasly isn't getting any bigger, frustratingly, but the gap to Lando is getting smaller. No, my DRS is broken! No! God, what are the chances?
Your DRS is stuck open. We need you to pit for repairs.
What? What? No! Oh, God damn it! I need to pit for repairs? As if... No! Right, well, box this lap then.
At the end of this lap, please.
That's going to change the strategy. You want me to stay out? Surely I can't stay out. I'm going to have no grip. I should have pit. I should have pit. I know I'll be so fast in the straights. We'll also have bugger all grip round the first sector, will I? I don't know why I didn't pit. I should have just pit. Why did I listen to chat? My gut instinct was pit. It's cost me over a second already. If it's not fixed by the end of this lap, I'm absolutely boxing. It's fixed. It's fixed itself. Right, I'm going to pit this lap. I'm going to try and undercut my tits off. 14 was the strat, but... 14 was the default strat, but I'm undercutting. I need to make some time back and then just try and get defensive later in the race. Undercutting then, hopefully. Excuse me, Nick. Can't waste time sitting behind you, pal.
Nice move. Good job.
Not even in a car anymore. I'm driving angry now, which is not necessarily a good thing, but hopefully it means I get the most out of the car and run it ragged.
Gap is
21 seconds to walk on.
0.0 seconds. Your last lap time was a 1:40.7.
Oh, move, Logan, you slow as shit. Fucking boat. This is costing me so much time. What are you going defensive for? Screw you, bye. That cost me probably about half a second at least. At least I can check the distance to Ocon by asking about rival.
And the gap is 18.6 seconds.
Okay, we took 2.5 seconds out of him last lap.
1:40.4.
We took 2.5 seconds out of Ocon last lap. We are absolutely undercutting them. Comfortably as well at that. Then we're just going to have to get defensive at the end of the race. They're going to have the tyre advantage at the end of the race, where I have the tyre advantage now. But at the minute, the undercut is working, and we're going to get Ocon and Lando. Come here, Yuki. I want DRS down the straight. He's going to give me it. We're reeling him in. Nobody in the pits yet. What? Oh, DRS detection point is before turn 19. I didn't realise. Candy from Baby. Bye, Yuki. What's the gap to Esteban?
They're sitting in 7th. And so the difference
15.7 seconds. Let's go. We're taking so
so
much time out of them with this undercut. Gotta hope it works. Some are in the pits now. I cut that corner. A lot are in the pits now.
We're stopping now.
That's Leclerc out in front of me there. We've undercut Ocon by a significant margin. 4.5 seconds in front rather than 4.5 seconds behind. We just gained 9 seconds on Esteban Ocon by pitting 4 laps earlier. Now though,
Okay,
he's going to have the tyre advantage on me.
5 seconds.
But Leclerc is tucked up behind Bottas, and now my hope is that Leclerc can drag me along rather than dragging Ocon along as he was in the earlier stint. And provided I can stay ahead of Ocon now, then we can go back to our original strategy. But I needed that first undercut. Alright. Despite the frustrations of my DRS being stuck open for a lap and a half, I am happier now with how things are going. I just think what we could have done. Oh, I might have been in front of Leclerc with my undercut. I would have been in front of Leclerc with my undercut if it wasn't for that frustration. Never mind. It is what it is. Just drive. Can't afford to get held up here though. Oh, Hulkenberg in the pits. That'll do. Not very much. I'll get Bottas into turn 1. Box him in. And we'll try and stick with Leclerc. That's P8.
Right, Jamie's coming in for a stop.
Go on, Jamie, go. In you go. That Ferrari's so bloody fast. On fresh softs, my god. At this rate, I'd be lucky to get 1 DRS section. I'm not going to get 1 DRS section. He's going to be gone. Bye, Charles. Well, I tried. Yellow flags in front. Someone's going slow or having trouble. It's a Mercedes. They've stopped. George Russell is out.
Caution, caution.
George Russell retires. That's an extra position for us, P7. What's the betting? I beat both Alpines in the race, but they both end up in the points and still get more points overall than me on my own. That would be classic. That is Charles Leclerc going for Pierre Gasly. 4 seconds to gap to Pierre at the minute. Let's come over this brow of the hill there, and George just be sat on the outside. That was particularly dangerous. No VSC though. Hards on lap 24, or a little bit further if we can push this set of softs.
Gap to the car behind, 1.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop.
One more stop.
Last lap time was a 1 minute 37.8.
Okay. Ocon is 2 stopping, not 3. I'm not going to be able to stick with Ocon once he's past me. It's just going to be too fast. I imagine then that means Gasly's only got 1 stop left too.
That's Gasly ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by.
Pretty sure Gasly's only got 1 stop anyway, regardless, because he's gone so far on his mediums.
Their tyres are 19 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap was a 1:40.4. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. Keep going.
Hello, Esteban. Okay. I'll try. I'll go deep and I'll try, but he's probably going to switch back on me. There you go. That's Esteban Ocon through. Not really much I could do about that. So the majority are 2 stopping. We're kind of the only ones 3 stopping at the minute, I think. Don't really have much choice with the nature of my tyre wear. Gasly holding his teammate up works a treat for me though. Go away, Lando. No, not here. Okay, here. Fine.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
The longer Gasly stays out at the minute, the more likely we are of actually maybe being able to switch to a 2-stop. Contact between Nosley and Garris, I was going to say. Norris and Gasly. Going to take Pierre ourselves.
Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy.
What do we do, chat? Do I stick to the hard then medium strat? Or do I push this set of softs as far as possible and then just go straight to mediums? I don't think that's really viable, to be honest. Wear isn't really the problem at the minute, it's the pace. I think hard then medium. Do I get off this set of softs as soon as possible then? I'm surely going to be faster on a set of hards, fresh hards, than I am on this set of worn softs. We'll box. We'll run hards to lap 38 and then mediums to the end. That's the plan then. We know Lance is also 3-stopping. So hards to lap 38 and then mediums to the end from there. Come on, gents. One. DRS and
brilliant, nice move.
ERS past another. 2 positions in a few hundred yards. Thank you.
The car ahead's losing 2 seconds a lap. So
Gasly just pit off his mediums. Gasly took his medium tyres 27 laps, which is a great stint. Sorry, Oscar, I'm just going to dip underneath you there, pal. So Gasly's done brilliantly with that. He's now probably going to go soft to the end, I imagine. So myself and Ocon, we both now have 1 stop left. So this is our net race position now with our strategy. This is our net race position. Thank you, Alex. Perfectly timed. Albon in the pits. as well as Zhou and... No, sorry, Magnussen and Stroll. So we're P11 now. Soon, I'm sure, to be P9. Oh, you're holding me up like crazy, Nick. Go. Come back. Ah! I don't care whether you got DRS as well. I'm coming past him. Oh, apparently I'm not. Hello. Zhou's gone defensive. Oh my god, we're going to be 3 wide. Ah! Go deep, go deep. Let me tip underneath. Ah, come on. No, I'm going to tip underneath Zhou. I still want to get Nico. The past Zhou, I'm not going to be able to get Nico here. Oh, this is intense now, isn't it? Hey. Do I? Yeah, go on then. Way! Bye, Nico. 14.7 to Ocon. Sainz in the pits. Woo-wee!
So
that was good racing. Enjoyed that.
21.6 seconds.
We know because of Pierre Gasly's stint, we know we can, at the very least, make it to the end on a set of mediums from wherever we are at the minute. If there's a safety car, we know we can pit for mediums and make it to the end. Maybe not with much pace, but it would eliminate an extra pit stop. Ocon is basically right with Alonso. So as long as the gap to Alonso is coming down. Ha! The gap to Ocon's coming down. I'm starting to lose some grip now. 11% on these hards. Not ideal. Here comes Lance Stroll. Quick AF behind me as well. He's still got another stop, as do I. I think Stroll might be soft harding? Not instant replay. Cheers your tip. Race director. What's Stroll doing? Stroll is soft. Medium, probably, actually. .8 only to Ocon now. Difference being now that when Sainz gets through in the faster car, he's then going to start dragging them away from me, as opposed to them fighting and holding Ocon up. Sainz is going to start dragging Alonso and Ocon along, unless the tyres in that Ferrari are so fresh that he can just disappear, which is probably more likely what's going to happen. My hope is now that Lance Stroll catches Ocon and they start fighting. If Ocon hasn't pit when we think about pitting on lap 38, then I'm going to pit and get an undercut. Ocon, Alonso, Norris and co.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.
We're going to have to pit before lap 38 if they're to stay ahead of me after the next round of pit stops. Otherwise, I'm just going to undercut them on fresh mediums, which is lovely if it happens. Sainz is now battling with Lando further down the road. Carlos Sainz is on a mission, mate. So are we. Just with slightly different end goals. Go on, Lancey boy! Hold him up. Hold him up. Hold him up. The hards are currently 20% worn. They probably would make it to the end, but they'd be hella slow. Gasly's actually closing behind, I've just noticed, on a set of soft tyres. Probably going to be more worried about Pierre at the end of the race, or towards the end of the race, than we are about Esteban at this rate. Esteban has to go to something that isn't softs. Gasly is only running softs between now and the end of the race. Stroll now having a go at his teammate. So many different strategies at play here. We are going to get Esteban Ocon here. Now, it's great to have track position, but now I can't react if he pits. So if he pits, he'll get the undercut on me now, rather than vice versa. But regardless, I think we're going to stop lap 38. We're going to stop in 2 laps' time and take a set of mediums from there to the end. Wants me to go to 42 on this set of hards, but I don't think that's going to happen. Ocon's still not in though, that's good news. The longer they stay out, the better it is for me. I'd be tempted to pit this lap just to defend from a potential undercut from them. So only 1 lap earlier than planned would mean we'd have to do a pretty sizable stint on a medium set of tyres. But it is a manageable stint and we get an undercut. Chat, what are we saying? Do I pit for my mediums this lap? We're stopping next lap at the very most. Excuse me, Fernando. Your boy's coming through. Thank you. To the pit. Actually, you might cut back on me here. I've got the inside line. Bit of battery. We're through. Excuse me, Fernando. Thank you. That's P8. They're staying out. They're staying out. Playing into my hands more and more and more at the minute. We put these on lap 28. No, we didn't. Lap 24. Put these on lap 24. They've done 15 laps so far. There are 18 laps to go. He'll be pretty bloody dead by the end of the race. Yeah, pit window is 42 at the minute. I'm just contemplating undercutting on Stroll at the minute. Mediums to the end is the strat. It's just a case of when we pull the trigger. Gasly's coming through on his softs as well. He's got another stop to make, but
Gasly behind.
That will be for another set of softs as well.
1.3 seconds.
Let's hybrid between the two. It wants us to stop 42. I was thinking of stopping 38. Let's stop 40. Let's get DRS on Lando on this next lap, down the main straight, and then we'll stop 40.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
Still both Alpines stay out. Everyone else has to pit. Everyone has to pit. This is our net position. It's just a case of what compound everyone goes to. I know that Gasly will go to softs. I'm certain of it. Lando started on mediums, so he may well be going to softs as well. We're only going to mediums, so we might be vulnerable, which is why I was hoping to get maybe a bit of an undercut. But I think they're going to stop. I think they're going to stop 42-ish. So hopefully we can get a couple of laps of undercut, and then fingers crossed, make the most of fresh tyres. Make the most of my battery here. Sorry, Lando. He's trying to fight back around the outside. I am not going to let him. That's P7. Right, let's box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Fresh mediums coming on, lap 40. 16 lap stint on medium tyres to the end for, we hope, probably a P8 finish behind Pierre Gasly. Which sucks, because whilst I'll finish ahead of one Alpine, for the constructors I'll still finish behind the other, but at least for me personally, it's good to finish ahead of Ocon.
There seems to have been a problem touching the left front wheel. We need to try and put that behind us though and finish this race.
Balls! Not what I needed. There goes the under frigging cut, you twats.
Stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Oh, just what I didn't need. Well, pedal to the metal. Here we go. Just friggin' gun it, mate. Make as many positions as you can, either on track or when they pit. Oh, we put so much effort into making the strategy work. I know we win and lose as a team, but if I don't get a P7 or 8 now, that is solely the pit crew's responsibility. Ocon's having a horrible time. Like I say, I think they'll pit 42. Bye, Oscar. Bye, Oscar. Still no pits from them. Do I want a safety car? I don't know, because I don't know what everyone else is going to. At the minute, I'd rather utilise my undercut. I don't think I want a safety car at the minute. If I was on softs, maybe, but I think I'd rather just try and make the most of the undercut at the minute. 5 archery, thank you for the DRS, pal. They're all in. Everybody wave as we go past. And they've gone to harder compounds. You love to see it. See you, gents. Our strategy is working to perfection. The frustrations of the stuck open DRS are a long distant memory now. I presume Hulkenberg and Magnussen aren't pitting again.
Ahead of you now. Okay, here's the gap.
Magnussen might.
Car ahead by 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old.
Hulkenberg's going to the end. Oh, he's got one more stop.
And the time last lap was a 1:38.4.
Are you going defensive? Yeah, okay, I'll go around the outside instead then. Bye. Now, Gasly is the aim. Gasly has to stop again. Gasly is the aim. Just K-Mag have to stop again.
Okay, Magnussen ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.5 seconds.
Not anymore, eh?
They're on old mediums. We think they've got one more stop.
Magnussen, well, one more stop. He's stopping now. Stroll's in the pits, so it was Alonso in the pits previous lap. Stroll's coming out the pits in front of us now. He's up the top of the hill. That's P8. I think we finish P7 behind Lance Stroll. Probably a significant distance behind Lance Stroll, but behind Lance Stroll nonetheless. I am catching Lance Stroll. I don't know why. I don't know whether his mediums are slightly worn or what, but we're coming, Lancey boy. I want P6, pal. Gasly yet to pit. Stroll being closed upon. Gap behind to Norris only growing. The race for P6 is on. Just have to hope that my tyres don't fall off the edge before we get to Lance. Otherwise that race for P6 will be over rather quickly. I need to concentrate and make sure I don't make any mistakes. All it takes is one mistake and that gap grows again.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.3 seconds.
Actually is doing. I wonder whether he was just saving some battery. Maybe he dumped all of his battery on his end lap. Gap's just gone from 3.1 to 3.4 again. Gasly's still not pitting. Is Gasly taking those softs to the end? It'll be an outrageous stint on that set of soft tyres if Gasly takes them to the end. Sure, Pierre's only done one stop. He has. Pierre and Sainz have only done one stop so far. He's going to be blooming quick when he puts a new set of softs on, that's for sure. But whether he catches everybody, I don't know. He'll have a lot of cars to get through before he gets potentially as far as me. Stroll's past Gasly. Now I'll ask.
That's Gasly ahead. Okay, gaps of the car ahead is 3.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 20
laps on softs.
Last lap was a 1:38.4. You're gaining by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing.
It didn't say that he's got a stop left. How are they one-stopping? Is Gasly medium soft one-stopping? Surely not. Surely not, Pierre.
Ahead of you.
He's not stopping again. He pit on lap 28. No, 27. He's genuinely going to run the risk of a puncture by the end of the race. Sainz is also one-stopping as well. Yeah, he's a long way down the road, though. Oh, I couldn't get it stopped in time. See, when I don't concentrate, it all goes to pot. This one's a bit simpler to take Pierre this time.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Can end up more than 10 seconds behind Lance.
Just started the final lap of
Which is
the
mad,
race.
really.
Final lap.
think a Red Bull is leading. Although George Russell is... No, sorry. Lewis Hamilton's making an attempt for the lead into turn 12. I think Lewis Hamilton just took the lead of the Grand Prix on the final lap into turn 12. Ahead of one of the Red Bulls. The other Red Bull is trying to see off Charles Leclerc. I think Lewis Hamilton just won the race on the last lap. Lewis loves it around Koto. He's won here many a time before. And he's about to add another one to that tally. We're not that far behind. We're far enough behind, obviously. About 45 seconds or so. But Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix on the last lap. GG Lewis. One of the Red Bulls in P2. One of the Red Bulls in P3. Double podium for the Milton Keynes outfit. A P4 for Charles Leclerc. A P5 for Carlos Sainz. And if it had gone on much longer, it would have been a P6 for Carlos Sainz, because he's one stop the same way Gasly did. Sainz has somehow managed to hold on for a P5. Gasly's just dropped like a stone. He's gone. Well and truly gone. Which is good news for us in the Constructors. We're going to close the gap. It was 16 before the beginning of this weekend. I believe the gap will now be 12 as we head to Mexico next. That is as good as we could have wished for this weekend. Two P7s in the sprint and the main Grand Prix. Ta very much. We'll take those points and we will run with them. A P12 start to a P8 finish. Fernando, though, P22 to... Sorry, to P7 finish. Fernando, P22 to P8. That's fantastic for Lando as well. Lewis winning actually doesn't do much for the championship, I don't think. I think George retiring actually damages the championship more so. Oh no, Lewis is the one chasing Max Verstappen, so the gap is within a race amount. 24, the gap. I'm still 9th. And yet the gap is 11. Sorry, not even 12. The gap is 11 to Alpine. Let's go.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the
You love to see it. We're closing. With 4 races to go, we've very nearly done it. We need to overhaul Alpine, please, for the extra financial aspect of the Constructors' Championship. That could make a big difference heading into Season 2. What is going to make a big difference now is being able to add an extra sponsor to the car for being Team Acclaim level 15. We're going to get loads of money as well. Things are going particularly well for us right now, despite being where we are on the performance index. Very, very happy indeed.
Costs are significantly less than the income we're pulling in.
And we've got
I suggest we start looking for
a new sponsor we can redo. I'm gonna do this store again because that's the obvious one to do. But the third sponsor, what do we do here? Let's have a look. Podium finish, top 4, no. P4, no. 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 I mean, I could do that without colliding with another vehicle. It's not the easiest one for me to do, though. I do like to have a little bit of an elbow nudgy every now and again. Score more points than a team directly above you in the vehicle performance index. I think that is absolutely doable, actually. Very much so. Especially considering we're lower down in the performance index at the minute. So opaque will be added to the car. We've got resource points coming thick and fast at the minute as well. Nothing else I can adapt for next season. Everything is adapted. So we're just looking to... 40% chance of failure is quite a bit, actually. I can't afford to do anything else, though, at this stage. Oh, I can. I can do the tyre wear. Hello, Jesus, that's going to take a long time, but it's going to give us a massive upgrade to our chassis. Our chassis is currently the worst on the grid, apparently. R&D progress-wise, we are second bottom, but we've got some upgrades on the way. I don't think any of them are in time for Mexico, though. No, it certainly doesn't look like it at all. Let's go for driver acclaim. I could do with that, actually, to try and get me to a position where I can get some extra perks. And then I can afford to do engine wear. I don't really need that at the minute. I just need to be driver level 15 so I can boost my resource points. Please. That's the next aim. £11.5 million. They're ready for us. I'm just going to save money till the end of the season now, and we will maybe get a pretty damn decent second driver next year. Don't need that, thank you. Let's go to the race weekend in Mexico and see what the weather is like here. Oh, I didn't put the sponsor on the car. Oh, well done, Ches. I'll do that for the I'll do that for the I thought for a minute it's gonna be sunny throughout. I'll do that for the next race. I'm sure chat will remind me when the time comes. Well, it's only brief rain actually in the race, and then it's dry again, so we might be able to push through that on just dry tyres. Only a brief little drizzle. Alright, we've levelled off. Haas have actually kicked on. Alpine have levelled off as well. Mexico is normally a good track for me. Normally. But the next piece of action for me is actually going to be the Creator Series at Hungary. So that will probably be the next Formula 1 video that you guys see from me here on the channel. So keep your eyes peeled for that over the next couple of days. And for the time being, I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. Make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss out on any more. F1 Manager is not too far away at all now either. Neither is the end of this first season. Loving F1 23. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'll see you next time.